that shit and that shit don't look right.
Facts.
All right, cool. Everything recording, video. Let's make sure everything good. All right, cool. What another week, dog? Get rid of that shit. All right, bet. This nigga back here. Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Dads, presented by Let's Be Dads, where real fathers have real conversations about life, leadership, and what it means to show up as a man in today's world. Being a man today comes with a different kind of pressure. We're expected to be strong, stable, the provider, the protector, but rarely are we taught how to deal with what's going on inside. So tonight, we're gonna talk about, once again, like we are, it's Men's Mental Health Month. So of course, we have to start off our first show of the month with a topic about surrounding men's mental health, the importance of speaking up, and why getting help is not for the weak. It's regarded as bettering your leadership. Before we get started, Brody, how your day, how your week? Well, I guess I would say, it's probably been like a month because our last video was, bro, it was so bad, bro. It was like every 5 minutes, bro, it was choppy, and I was just like, yeah, nah, bro, we're real cool. But how was your week? How you been since and shit like that, bro?
Man, the week been crazy, bro. The kids, they been out of school, and I'm just like, bro, why y'all eating so much? Now I'm starting to understand what my parents were talking about. Like, I got 3 of them, bro, so they eating so much. They like want to play, they want to go everywhere, and I'm like, bro, gas and you know what I'm saying, trampoline place. I was like, let's just go to the park. You know what I'm saying? They go to the park, bro. Then I got a little swimming pool for them. The little swimming pool, I feel like they be scamming, bro. Like, I pump it up, about 5 seconds later, it's going flat. And they're like, Daddy, can you pump it up? Bro, I went around the pool. It got like 5 holes in there. I'm like, man, come on. So, yeah, bro. On the business side, business been kind of slow when it comes down to like real estate and stuff like that. I'm seeing a big shift in the market. A lot of people not really out here buying. And as far as the trading stuff, this week been pretty crazy as well. Today the market had dropped over $2 trillion, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, just today. So the market dropped, but I caught those sales, so it was a pretty good week off of that. But other than that, bro, I've been pretty good. Just being dad, entrepreneur, the best I can. So, what about you?
Yeah, pretty chilling. I think my internet browser froze, but we seem to be good. Pretty good, dog. I mean, shit, like you said, kids are out of school. Summer break. I think I bought food, and literally, I think, what has it been, 2 weeks maybe, and I had to buy I had to buy more juice. Like, it don't make no sense to how much juice these motherfuckers drink, bro. But I mean, otherwise, pretty good. Went to the zoo last weekend. I'm gonna do a video on the zoo day or whatever coming up soon. When I get time, I gotta get the, I gotta get the pictures and the video. I got video. I did like a me getting everything together.
Yeah, you just blacked out.
You hear me?
Technical difficulties. Yeah, I hear you now. Yep.
Did I stop? It stopped recording?
Nah, on my end, it still shows recording.
All right.
Yeah, you just had blacked out.
Yeah, in fact, they blacked out my end too. All right. Cool. All right. So, but pretty much that was it, bro. So, I mean, I'm gonna do a little, zoo day video. I got so many pictures I got to go through, bro. Like, you know how it is, bro. You just snapping, bro. Everything you snapping. I got like,
hey,
I got to go ahead.
On my IG, I be doing little dump detail days where I just be having all these photos and I just make a carousel out of
bro. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. Probably like a 2-parter. You feel me, and stuff like that. But otherwise, dog, summer break coming. No kids, summer break. That's pretty much what it is. Another day, another dollar, dog. Nothing really special going on, I guess. Just being a dad, bro. Just being a motherfucking dad, bro. But all right, so we're gonna get into segment 1. All right, look, baby, just being a dad. So the pressures of being strong. So I made a video about this because when I was doing this, I seen this little fact and I wanted to, see what was ever. Can I get my Sprite, please? Thank you, thank you. Huh? I got headphones on, so I can't really tell it. My bad. They took forever to bring me something to eat, y'all. But so fact, this should say men account for 80% of suicide deaths in the United States, often linked to untreated mental health struggles
Damn,
and
80%.
social stigma around seeking help. So I don't know if you seen my video. Men account for, I think it's 80% of 80%. It's more men than women that commit suicide a year. I think it's around 13 men a day that commit suicide from mental health issues. By about 13 men a day that commit mental
Bro,
health
that number is
issues,
high as
which equates to 13 times, what's that, 7 days a week? Was that about 60 something a week? My math off?
Oh,
You
that's a
feel me?
high number, bro.
Mm-hmm. And it equates.
And is it just men in general, or like veterans and stuff like that?
No,
Like
just
just
men. So they don't go into like I tried to do some research and I tried to go and get more details into it because I wanted to know. I wanted to probably get an article or a book. And the most recent one I think is like 2023 or some shit, like the most official documentation of all this or whatever. But it states that it's all men. They don't have like dads or this or that or whatever the case is. But surrounding mental health, yes, men, 80%, bro, 80% of men commit suicide due to what you call it, and that's only in the U.S.
yeah.
We're
I was
not
just about
talking
to ask.
about. We're not
That's
talking
U.S.
about.
based.
No, yeah, we got. Hold on, I can pull it up for you right now. Matter of fact,
Man, I never would have thought that was, and that's not even on like no homicide stuff. That's more just like
no,
suicide.
yeah, suicides account for more. Suicides account more when it comes to males. When it comes to death,
And they don't have it categorized whether it's like black, white, or Hispanic or anything like
nah, I'm
that.
about to get some more statistics on it right now, and it's saddening, bro.
It is.
Hold on, I can't really.
Goes to show men really be going through stuff, bro.
They commit suicide due to mental race breakdown. Yeah, it's really while ChatGPT do its thing and Google do its thing. It's really saddening, bro. That unfortunately, bro, this is true. I mean, when you think about the expectations that come from your wife, your kids, your job, society, not only that, yourself. How
Then
many
your past.
expectations, how many expectations I put on myself daily, like daily. That's not on top of having to be a dad, having to
Yeah.
go to work, having to do this. Like, I mean, just waking up, it's like, well, damn, I should have did more. All right, bet. So now this is according to 2023. That's the most data. Over 49,300 Americans died by suicide. Men die by suicide at the rate nearly 4 times higher than women. So 22 men per 100,000 men committed suicide. 5.9 women per 100,000 women committed suicide. Right. Here's the racial makeup per 100,000 men. 35% or 35% is American Indian to Alaskan Native. 28% is white. 15% is black, 13% is Hispanic, and the rest is Asian Pacific.
Wow. I'm actually surprised about that breakdown.
Yeah, I thought black men was gonna be higher on that. I ain't gonna cap. But
Yeah.
then honestly, I no. Then again, I look at it. No, we see too many brothers commit. You see it now more days because it's more cameras, it's more social media, it's more access to a lot of different things now. So there's access there, so you can go on Facebook and see somebody doing this. But the problem is we can go on Facebook and see somebody committing suicide, but we can't go on Facebook or Instagram and see somebody talking about the other side, talking about how not to commit suicide, talking about how to go about getting that help and seeking that mental help. So you're not going that far, because now I get it. Sometimes it's just nothing you can do, right? It's nothing you can do. It's not that you're too late. It's just that people just they mind made up. So what can you do? But the fact that we don't even try, the fact that we have homeboys that's going through something and we don't step up and we don't see it. You feel me, man? It's the classic reason why I text you, bro, or whatever. Hey, just make sure, boy, you ain't dead or you ain't in jail. Quick. And we can quick, bro. We ain't gotta talk every day. We don't gotta have a long ass conversation. You alive, you in dead or you in jail. You good, the kid's good, bet. Well, how your business going, woo. Quick voicemails, bro. You never know, but the fact that we don't do it, or when somebody does come and do it, I feel like now it's kind of more, it's becoming more open for people to be more vulnerable about mental health compared to back in the day. So, but I just think we got to continuously push forward.
Yeah, they'll talk more about it on social media. I'm noticing, like, even on TikTok, like, people that have like their whole little story on TikTok, bro.
I ain't got no cut in that motherfucker. Good God. It's like a motherfucker shot of whiskey in that scotch or something.
Yeah, see? Hey, that Sprite, boy.
Cut you through. But yeah, bro, it's what you saying, dog?
I feel like people do be talking about it, but honestly, it don't. I'm seeing more like when it comes to men, they talking more relationship stuff on there, or giving advice on their relationship or whatever. I don't really see much about mental health breakdown. If it is, it'd probably be like a doctor or something stating this, but I'm usually seeing more females being more open to just talking about that part of it. We don't really see that much men talk about it because it's like, bro, we're going through a 12-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? Just reality, 12-hour shift. Then we got to worry about gas. And we got kids. We got all this other stuff like that we got to pay for. Then mortgage or rent be going up. The cost of like just groceries, like everything, just inflation, bro. So it start piling on it. So now it's like, man, I feel like I'm not doing enough, but I'm working 10 times hard to make sure I'm doing enough. But it's like gassed out. Then it comes to the point where if you in a relationship, it's like, now I got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, the things that she got going on. I got to make sure I cater to her. She hungry too, she's tired too. So it's like, it comes to a point now where you got to be like, man, I got to pray. That's really it, bro. You got to, like, because it's like, it comes to a point like, what else can you do? If you constantly going deeper and deeper into it, you're going to only overwhelm yourself. You feel me? Unless you decide to make a change in something, but you still got to make sure you're working to provide for those things. So sometimes I feel like the only escape, because I wrote about this the other day. It's in my iPad, bro. But it was
Talk about it. Go ahead. Talk about it.
I ain't got my iPad. Let me see if I got it on my.
You ain't got to be verbatim. Just go ahead and give a little synopsis.
Well, I want to. I want to make sure, like, cause the notes that I had took, bro. It was. Let me see if I can find it. All right, so it's more about perspective basis. So I had wrote, I see 6, you see 9. Perspective from male's logic to perspective from a female's emotion. Both will feel like they are correct about the one situation. At that moment, who is correct about the situation? Is it the man that stands his ground and let the woman know you are wrong, which could cause another argument, or just agreeing with the woman because she is expressing her emotion? And the male just wants to keep the peace without hearing trigger words to make the situation worse. But if that happens, the woman will think she is right about every situation. This is where effective communication and emotional self-control comes in, because both parties will think they are lying and twisting the situation, but they are just explaining it from their perspective. So I had to question myself, like,
who's right, who's wrong?
Yeah, I was like, how do you fix this? And the only answer I came up with is God, prayer. If you put anything into something man-made, you can't guarantee the outcome. So there's a book that I always refer to.
But what other work are you doing besides just praying or giving it to God? because I get it, and but faith, faith is just faith. What work are you putting in? Besides that, in order to get that communication, in order to be a better communicator, in order to become what you're trying to understand. Because it sound like you wrote something. It sound like you're conflicted, right? On who's right, who's wrong, and then not only that, the man and woman is also conflicted. So it's like a kind of like a double edged sword. You conflicted about your own feelings, but I'm conflicted about your feelings. Now we both conflicted.
Yeah,
So who's right and who's wrong?
exactly,
And how do we,
exactly,
how would
and
you?
that's
So how would you solve that as a man? And if you're feeling like
you.
you're right,
You
or you
can't.
want to shut up.
That's the thing. So for the other person, they have to figure out how to come to that common ground. Because what'll happen is pride and ego will get in the way of those situations, bro. And all it's gonna do is cause a conflict constantly. Cause you're gonna constantly think that you're right. She gonna constantly think that you're right. But y'all talking about the same situation but different perspectives. So it's like you wanna make sure, like, for a man, bro, like for me, like in order to avoid going back and forth, cause you know you right, bro. You remember the whole incident. You just like to keep the peace and from even going forward with it, you just be like, all right, okay. But sometimes it gets to the point where if you do that so much, it's gonna get to the point where the female gonna think she's gonna be right all the time, even when you're trying to correct her. So now every time you do that, it becomes a defensive mechanism, like a defensive mode. Now you're gonna be on defensive every time. And I'm like, nah, this is literally what I'm telling you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's like, well, I'm telling you what happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the only way you can really control it, bro, without crashing out or getting more stressed out about it, is a book that I also read. It's called The Let Them by Mel Robbins, and all she really be saying is just like let them. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you try to control the situation, if you know a person's outcome of everything, there's no need to constantly fight about it. You
Yeah,
just let them. So they have to recognize it for themselves. So that's why I say like prayer and just God, like putting that into the mix, because now it's creating that peace within yourself to allow them to like, oh, maybe I was wrong about the situation. You know what I'm saying? They have to do the self reflection about it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it, as men, we constantly get wrapped in that motion where we gotta, ego type shit like every single time, instead of like, okay, maybe you was right and I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to step back, but we also got to allow it to happen. We can't just run away from it every time, because if we don't allow it to happen, it's going to constantly feel like, oh, well, I got to step up and play this role then. And that's
So
what we get stressed out at.
do you feel like that forces men? Do you feel like that forces men to feel like that like they can't open up because they're gonna feel like they're wrong, or they feel
Hell
like
yeah.
they have to concede? And okay, and let's not just you know you speaking on relationships. Let's speak on just relationships in general, not just man and woman or whatever, sexual or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case is. Because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
can be
yeah,
just
yeah.
in having a friend, having a mentor, having a homeboy. Well, nigga, I think I'm right, bro. My opinion, granted, and you may think you right. So how do so I I
You got to
I do think
accept
it.
constructive criticism.
Yeah, but you can't accept criticism from everybody because everybody don't deserve to give you criticism.
Okay, so what you saying that it depends on the person. You could
Yeah.
accept criticism from a person that has been married for a long period of time versus a person that's single and just playing around in the streets. You have different perspectives of it. You know what I'm saying? Their toxicity level or their relationship advice will be different because they have not experienced the same type of thing within that same time frame, except probably their parents or how they was raised.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the only comparison to they would have. But like you would take that advice from a married person because they've been in it for years compared to that single person. Or that's like taking advice from a person that has kids and a person that don't have kids.
Okay.
How the
So
fuck you gonna
so
tell
what
me
do
how
you?
to?
All right. So if you're a man, right, and say right, you want to get help, or you want to open up, learn how to open up, but maybe you have a hard time opening up because you feel like you can't trust that. How would you go about that? Me personally, shit. I mean, I think you just got to do it. I think you just got to open up, bro. You got to find somebody that you can open up to. Because everybody need, like you said, because when it comes to trying to find that help, maybe you need a mentor in children, maybe you need help with marriage, maybe you need help with business. If it nothing isn't going to go right, bro, if you don't have yourself together, if your shit together at home. Like imagine taking all that anger and animosity into trying to build a business. You feel me? And you just building the business angrily, and you're doing it too quick. You're doing too much. You're not pacing yourself. You're not going about it the right way, and you fail. At what point, do we take accountability at the same time? Because yeah, everybody can say, well, you got this person, there, and they, but at what point do we take accountability for not opening up, or for not taking, or not for not trying to gain the skills to learn how to do that? Because we know
Yeah,
we have to do that as men too. We can't just say, oh, it's this person, that person, everybody else, because we can't. So we can't keep using the excuse that, oh, our fathers did this or our mothers wasn't there or whatever the case is. Nigga, every ghetto in America is the same.
everybody.
Every
Yeah,
ghetto is the same. You got the side of the ghetto where the money at. You got the real poor, you got the middle, you know it, but it's the same ghetto. Everybody's going through the same thing. So at what point do we put all that crap aside and say, cool, well, it's time to take our voice back. It's time to show people who we are, and it's time to step up and 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 seek that help and do that, and
yeah.
and,
And I
and
know
not
you
just and not
asked.
just be a bitch about it.
Yeah, and I know you asked like, what do you do? And I would say honestly, in those situations, step back and like you said to talk to somebody. Uh, but you gotta know who you talking to. Cause
Hmm.
recently I went and talked to somebody, and it was like a vulnerable moment for me too. And it kind of took me out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I was like, man, he's a male and an older male at that, and I was like, let me just reach out and talk to him. So like in those moments, I'm pretty much talking to him about like, hey, what's going on, this and this. And open ears also has open mouths. So now you understand. Like I'm over here, I'm saying everything I need to say, but now you take what I'm saying and you going here, you going here, you going here. Like, and all I was doing, like I opened up in a vulnerable moment, and now you going here, here, here. So like I had to call him back. I said, look, man, I'm not telling you nothing no more
Not a motherfucking thing.
because yeah, because it's like you at that point, like I'm trying to search for men to talk to, and I'm like at that point, you just broke my trust. I said I don't care what you say, like right now, like whether because now it's come to a point you're an older man and you just lied to my face, man. You
And
feel
you
me?
gossip like a
Instead of
little
just being
girl.
100, yeah, like I'm seeking you for advice. I'm seeking you for knowledge and stuff like that. But instead of like trying to hear me out and help me, you run your mouth, and then you try to pour other things that you're going through in your life now to make it like, oh man, this is what's going on, like to cover it up in a way.
You want
It
to
don't
trauma
work,
dump.
man. So it's like, yeah, so it's like, man, I want to be open, but it's like now I have to protect my openness. Like I can't tell everybody because now if I tell everybody, now it's a story. So it's like I have no choice but to tuck it in or only talk to a certain few people or even therapists. But therapists, they like to, I don't know how much you pay, but they be taxing, bro. And a lot of people that's in
I
the
got
hood,
insurance,
they
nigga.
kind of,
I pay $30 a
a lot
month.
of people, I feel you, but a lot of people, they probably don't have insurance. So it's
Well,
like
a
just
lot of
coming out of pocket with it.
well, if people stop trying to be these goddamn entrepreneurs and stop trying to be these big meechers and stop trying to be these hot boys, maybe we can get more people.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that shit. It's you can't. It's the same thing. We don't have this. We don't have that. What the are we doing?
yeah,
I'm trying to curse as you can see, but what the are we doing to change
yeah,
that?
me too.
I have a stable job, right? On top of that, I have a side hustle, right? I can mount TVs, I can cook. What you need? I can speak. What you need? I'm gonna make money somehow, some kind of way, right? But don't get it twisted. My job comes before everything. Comes before any of my side hustles because I know at the end of the day, that's how I pay my insurance, right? So step one, how about we get a stable fucking job?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some income coming in.
Let's not purchase these $300 J's before getting
Let's
some damn help.
get some insurance. Stop people and people. And I get it. I come out of pocket $1,300 a month for insurance, right? But I'll do it. I come out of pocket $30 per session for my therapy sessions, right? I go twice a month, $60 a month, $60 a month. And how can I be a man, right? Or how can I be a man and say I want to be a certain type of man if I can buy some za, but I can't go to therapy
Yeah.
because I'm
You
gonna
got
take
like fucked up.
I'm gonna take a smooth hundred and call somebody, no problem. And anybody can do it. People will take this and do that, like you said, they'll buy these J's, but what are we doing?
Yeah.
You feel me? So it I don't be believing that bullshit stigma. Is it lagging again?
Yeah, you freezing like in and out, like
Yeah,
going
it's
side
lagging
to
on
side.
my end too. Your shit freezing too. I think it's his Wi-Fi. At this point, we're gonna make it do what it do.
Yeah, we still got audio.
Yeah, we
Fuck
still
it.
got push gonna shove. I'll post the goddamn audio everywhere. I ain't worried about it.
Yo.
All right, bet. So we're gonna go to segment 2, silence versus support. This one kind of runs into the other one. So why do you feel like so many men struggle in silence, or why they choose to struggle in silence?
I mean, it come back to the same thing. Like, who we gonna tell that gives us real advice? You know what I'm saying? Like, not use what we have and try to use it against us, or you know what I'm saying? It's like we just gotta find out who to talk to. I think that's the biggest thing. Cause even if we do talk, are we talking to a person that can actually help us, that actually went through that situation, that can actually like help us, whether it's life, whether it's job situation, kids? Do we have that person that we could talk to that would make sense? Not just a rant, just like to actually make sense. Like, if I'm a young person, I'm seeking advice from an older person. I'm wanting to listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm wanting to gain that knowledge from you just so I can move forward past this obstacle. But if you can't help me, I have no choice but to be silent. In silence,
No choice.
all I'm gonna do is push it. Yeah, because it's like, bro, I'm not trying to be no story. I'm actually seeking help. Maybe I don't want to just go to therapy. Maybe I want to just like reach out to my friends and family as advice, you know? Or because lately, gospel music and gym and my books, man. I got my book right here. You feel me? Like look, matter of fact, honestly, you don't even have to be silent or you don't even have to talk to nobody, bro. What you could do in those moments when you feeling like that, get you a journal.
Yeah, write that shit down.
And just write it. Go in detail, because at the end of the day, you want to at least get something off your chest. Mm-hmm. Whether it's in your journal, like say you don't even like writing, bro. Like say you don't even want to write. Pull up your phone and go to voice memos. Go to notes. Click the button. Scream at that motherfucker. Like say what you got to say, bro. Like just to get it out, bro. Because it's like, whether you think so or not, that's something that you could use to help somebody else that you finally put out. Whether it's your kids, someone in your family, you putting it out because eventually they're gonna come to that same obstacle. So you may not think you have nobody else to like say it, but you saying it to this, you saying it to this, you saying it to, oh, I read this book and it's actually like, bro, I'm going through the same thing, man. What you mean return on failure? I'm going through failures right now. You feel me? Now you able to relate. That's why I said books are like a walking mentor to me. So it's like, you can say it, but figure out who you can say it to. Like my boy York, I can say, I can scream at him all I want.
Look, bro, I'm not, so I pride myself on loyalty, dog. I'm very loyal to the people I have around me, right? And I do that because at this age, I'm not really building bonds for myself. I'm building bonds for my kids. So any bonds I build is to try to exploit that in a way, right, that my kids can benefit from it. And that's the same as I believe every man. You feel me? So when you come chop it up with me, I take that serious. It is under sealed confession. I am your attorney. You understand me? I am your attorney. I am I am the priest. And don't leave. McLeod, you can, right? So I can know two people, right? And you could tell me something about the other person. You could just be, telling me about a situation and it just come up something that you know about them, but I'm not gonna tell them, so you're gonna tell me. That person never know I knew it. And we
Yeah.
could be like we can be face to face and they could bring it up. I'll be like,
Yep.
for real?
Creating that
The
short
whole
term memory, bro.
the whole time McLeod told me about it, I knew about it a year ago. But it's not my place, you understand me, to expose that information. And one, it's not my place to exploit what you tell me. Now, will you tell me something and it'll give me an idea for a video? Yeah. And I may speak on it, but it'll never be, oh, McLeod said this or McLeod said that or what. No, it's just in reference to what was said or a conversation we had or whatever the case is. But yeah, bro, I don't get down like that, bro. And you're right, bro. You have to find the right people to talk to because I you man, you get so many people that'll use it against you, especially like say your work. You can't say some of that to people at work because they're gonna be like, oh well, John, York said he felt like woo woo woo.
That
Well,
shit spread like wildfire, boy.
wildfire. They don't want to give you no promotions. You bad juju, all type of stuff. You feel me? You think you got the right woman, and it's not the right woman. And you tell that no, and then you know what happened? When y'all get into an argument, she tell you, oh well, that's why you're a broken man.
Now you hitting those trigger points.
And you know
That's
what
where
you
you gotta
and
pray.
you know what you see on the news the next day? Man killed woman, killed everybody in the house, and then killed himself
Yep.
with a note
See
left
that too
behind.
much, bro.
You see it too much. I seen the video the other day where a dude killed the girl and killed himself on the balcony. You feel me? But and it happens, bro. And it's because people just don't know how to shut up, bro. And bro, trust me, bro. You, I'm a lawyer. You won't get it out of me. I don't care. You have to subpoena me now. If they threaten my kids, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it. I'm telling it all. You try to take my kids, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. But otherwise, I don't get you. You come to me, bro. So at that moment, we in therapy, and you telling me
Yeah.
how you feel. You telling me what you're going through, and you don't need nobody who gonna throw it in your face. That's not what you calling me for. Now, once you done and you want my 2 cent, I'm gonna give you my 2 cent whether you like it or not.
So
But
say we
otherwise,
in kind of want to use an example, like,
even if we beefing,
cause
nope.
nah, not even that.
I
Like,
finna say,
I'm trying to,
even if
I'm
we,
trying to think
yeah,
it like
bro, even
out
if
of
we
the
beefing,
box
bro,
with
no,
it.
even if we beefing, I don't get down like that. If I know something about you, if I know you shitted yourself, nobody will never know you shitted yourself. Never know. I don't care how much beef we know. I don't care. I no, nah, never.
So I'm thinking more like in a relationship type of thing now. So like for our viewers or something, say they have that person that they can confide in,
Mm-hmm.
but they in a relationship, and the other person is say of a different
Sex. It's
yeah.
a female, like my best friend is a female.
Like
Mm-hmm.
like in that type of way. But the say for example like the spouse, they don't totally agree with that. They like, and that's the
That's
one
your fault.
person. Like
That's your
say
fault.
you grew up with that and you wanna pour into that one person, but you
That's your
can't
fault.
because it's of a different sex. What you
That's your
mean?
fault. You knew they wasn't into it. You thought because you got married to them. Now, unless they lied, that's different. Unless somebody lied and say they cool with it or whatever the case is, and then they come back and say, "Oh, well, no, I can't do that." That's different, right? That's
So
another
so are
that's
you
a
saying they
conversation.
gotta know about this person before they even get into the
Yeah, yeah,
relationship?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. My best friend is a female. Both of them. McClay, you the only male like person I call my best friend is a male. The other two, one of them is I don't want to say the wrong word. She is gay. Okay, she's a female and she likes females. Okay, like just like a boy. Whatever y'all want to call it on the internet, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm not giving no name. I'm not. You're not about to cancel my show. And the other one, she go both ways, but we're not her type. Anybody I talk to, anybody know about them from the get go. I got a homegirl. I got two homegirls. I don't really deal with men. But if you know me, then you know how I am when it comes to who I have around me. You feel me? But I do think you have to be and don't get it twisted. We meet new people in life every day. So you can't necessarily control who you meet in life and the impact they have on you and what they mean to you in your life. So yeah, you can be married or whatever the case. I got a burp. So yeah, you could be in a relationship, married or whatever the case is, right? And somebody new can come in your life, and that's just but I think it's a way you have to find a way to go about it. Now, if you know your spouse don't get down like that, don't do it. Why even do it?
Don't
Why?
do
You
it.
said why?
Yeah.
You said you stupid idiot. You said it was your fault. You said it was failure. What's up? Hold on, one more.
Said yeah, it's
I'm probably make chicken and waffles in the morning. The syrup? Oh yeah, I get some. I'll make some syrup or whatever. I thought you already made it. What syrup? I probably have to make some more. Oh man, I can make it. I got what I need to make it. We gotta pick where we going. Okay, we can pick in the morning or something. So it don't matter. If I've been telling you to slow down with all these what you want to do, and we're gonna talk about it later. You gotta wait. We got a long summer. We got weeks and weeks of summer. You gotta plan this stuff out. You do 3 paid events, 4 paid events. Everything else gonna be free. We'll talk about it later. Let me get back to my show. Ooh, that's my train of thought. All right, that's what I was saying. Don't do it. You knew better. You knew he or she wasn't gonna go for it, and you still did it. Love you. And you still did it. And you still allowed this person into your life and expected that your partner, whatever you're going through, was going to accept it. You knew better. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault.
yeah.
But if
Nah, okay,
somebody
that makes it
lies,
like
but if somebody, so if you say, hey, right, I'm a male, I have 2, 3 homegirls. That's who I deal with. One of them is woo woo, one of them is woo, and then the other one just my partner. I've been knowing them for woo woo woo. And that person lies, and all of a sudden they want to tell you, oh well, I don't like this. Nah, well, bitch, that's your fault. That's really it. That's your fault. You stuck. You stuck with it. I don't really care. I don't really care because I told you, I kept it 100 with you of who and what was in my life and the meaning of that, right? But at the same time, right, here's my caveat to this. Us men, we have a habit of doing the do, right? With people, we shouldn't do the do with. You shouldn't be doing a hanky panky with everybody. And that's the biggest problem with this right here, is because most men don't know how to keep their and especially as men when we're going through stuff, where our testosterone, our adrenaline is going. So yeah, we may be going through it, but we want to release that to release it. So what we gonna do?
that's where I was talking about earlier.
So you end up you end up having these where it's like a old crap moment, right? But when you get a man, somebody secure in who they are and what they're doing, they know no matter what, you don't cross certain boundaries. McLeod, I don't care. The godmother to my kids, it never going to happen. I love my best friend. I haven't even, bro. I haven't even seen her. I haven't even seen her without a shirt on, bro. And I've been knowing her for almost 10 years. You feel me? But it's just certain lines we don't cross. We just don't cross. But
yeah. And that's where what I was talking about earlier with the what I was saying in the IC6 UC9, the effect of communication and the emotional self-control.
You have to, because it they can't be your sis and you hunching on them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it can't, it don't work like that, because what happened is, oh, every girl you have is your sis, that your partner, or every homeboy that you have that's your brother or your friend. When you tell that to your partner, guess what they gonna think?
Oh yeah.
Guess what they gonna think? So it goes back to being open and not just hiding stuff and having that open communication. But yeah. That was a guy.
And I feel like it comes culturally too, because I know I be calling like everybody like my sis or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't do that. You are
Yeah,
my
so
acquaintance. I will tell you up front. You might. No, you're not. I have one real sister, right? And I have Q and William, and both of them name are Williams. They both of their last name is Williams, but those are only two. Don't do any, don't none of the other shit. You feel me? So it just no, no. I don't call everybody my sis, everybody my brother. If I call you my sis, we will never do anything. Never, never in my life. It don't go like that. Never. I just don't get down like that, bro. It's a code for me. I don't think I've ever. Well, probably in my younger day. I ain't gonna cap. I was. What Shannon Sharp say? He said he be hell when he was well. I was, yeah. You feel it? But nowadays,
yeah,
it's that boundary, bro. You have to have that boundary. And we didn't got all off topic,
got
but
to.
you have to have that boundary, dog. And
Now
it's
we was on topic. We were talking about the silent and going
that's
talk
right.
to other
That's
people.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So,
We're still
all
on it.
right. And I my son asked me if I can explain the solar system to him, dog.
The who?
The solar system. I told him no, son.
You about to piss me off right now. You about to stop throwing it in there randomly. I feel like I be catching you. You be throwing it in there randomly just to get me off.
I got my
Oh
five
my
of them. I got
god.
5 of them. I got 5 of them loaded up. I had to get that one out. All right, cool. All right, so another fact. So study. Well, I think we know this one. This one kind of ties into the other one. Study shows men are significantly less likely than women to seek mental health treatment, even even when experiencing depression or anxiety. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we just not going. I mean, it ain't a point of beating the same goddamn dead horse. We just the way to change it is one by what we're doing. I know we don't, putting these videos out. Bro, you think when I see 100 views, I think cool. It's 100 people. It's 100 somebody started this. One or two of them watched the whole video. A couple of them gonna come back. So the people think that the impact you have to have has to be such great. It has to be no. It takes one person to share your video, to like your video, to repost. McCloud, you probably repost every goddamn video I post on TikTok or Instagram, bro. You do, and I try to do the same. I be so busy, bro. I try to do the same, nigga. I be trying to do the same,
We post it
but
every day. I'm trying to
but
get on people's nerves on the feed.
people nerves but you have to it's just we have to do
My
it, bro.
shit
We have to
say
step up.
86% skip rate. People.
Look, your shit skipping.
I said,
Your
damn.
shit. You get on motherfuckers' nerves. I try to do one a day, but I say that to say that we just that's how we do it. You put the content out. You as a man, you learn the knowledge, right? There's so much stuff in these books. People complain about school and stuff like that, but it's so much stuff. And I'm not a big reader, right? And it's a book I'm about to read. I think it's called Men's Mental Health or whatever, some shit like that. I downloaded it. I'm trying to
I
get.
sent you a book.
I seen it. The was it something with the devil?
Outwitting the Devil.
That one. But I want to become more. It's not enough people that speak about this topic or that know about the importance or how bad men's mental health really is, right? So my goal is to become more educated because I don't just want to put out this stuff and not know what the hell I'm talking about, right? I want to be able to do it and to be able to possibly encourage people or for people to understand the importance of it, not just say, hey, we'll go get help. But okay, hey, don't just go get help. Look at your family, look at your kids, look at your wife, look at your everybody else. Who needs you? Who needs you right now? Who needs you the most? So okay, cool. They need you, right? Step one, you found out who needs you. You found out why you got to do it, what you got to do it for. Step two is how you gonna do it. Right, so let's you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm building? Let's not just talk about it, but let's build a plan. So let's help people. Let's do these things.
Yeah.
Everybody don't got to be an expert. I'm not trying to create a fucking ebook and all this other stuff. And I don't know about that stuff. But to gain the
It's a
knowledge
root
that
to everything.
it's a root, and to gain the knowledge that other people don't want to learn because they don't want to pick up a book, they don't want to listen to a podcast or whatever the case is, or they don't. Bro, Chat GPT will give you anything you're looking for, and you don't have to use it all the time. I don't. But when I'm looking for something quick, when I don't feel like if we're on the show, it's so much easier to Chat GPT a question real quick than to go through Google and go through 15 fucking links, right? So and it's the same with life. How much easier you think life would be if you didn't have that trauma of overthinking because your parents didn't think enough.
Yeah.
So
And
now
I,
you
I
so now you
actually,
overthink.
yeah, and it's crazy, bro, because me and my brother had the conversation the other day about, like, cause we talking about mental health right now and stuff, about just anger. And we was like, man, we was never really taught how to deal with our anger because we seen what our dad did, bro. And it's like our dad either was like yelling at us, or he whooped us, or he told us to go to our room, or you know what I'm saying, in a situation where he gets heated about something, he'll either yell and then he'll walk out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like over time, it's like we've never really understood how to deal with our anger. And me and my bro was really like talking about it because we was like, man, come to think about it, I honestly still don't. Because now I've noticed when anger does arise, because that's an emotion that we have, we don't know how to channel it into something different or something more without
Positive.
damaging ourselves.
Positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm seeing myself, like I told you about the wall situation, bro. Like being able to explode in that situation. Like I ain't know what to do, or I'm walking out the house because it's like, damn. Now I'm thinking about it. That's literally what my dad used to do. So it's like, how do we change that narrative to be able to do it? Because now I'm catching myself go to your room. You know what I'm saying? I'm catching myself doing the same thing that my dad did. But it's like all it is creating what I think we talked about this in the last like couple of episodes before, was if I constantly keep doing that, now it's creating more of that fear, that less of that confidence building in that moment. But it's like, how else can I deal with that anger? You know what I'm saying? Because I never was taught it, and I never asked my dad like, "Hey, dad, what do you do?" As I got older, it's just like
Just
once I
kind of
grew
just
up, it was
you
like
kind of just roll with the
had to
flow.
figure it out. Yeah. So,
So
and I think that was like a,
go ahead.
yeah, and me and my bro were just talking about it. I was like, man, I don't know. So I would ask you, like, how would you like go about just that part of just dealing with anger?
I'm gonna try a food analogy, right? Because you said you find yourself kind of doing the same things that your dad did, pretty much similar, right? When I fry chicken, I use garlic powder, onion powder, and a bunch of other well, not a bunch, but other seasonings, right? My mama fried chicken back in the day. You think they was using garlic powder, onion powder?
Mm-mm. They probably use flour.
They used flour things, but garlic powder, onion powder, it wasn't that big back in the day. I think they had seasoning salt. Mostly with seasoning salt,
Season salt.
flour, whatever, right? So you asked me how do we go about changing that? Is you you don't try to rewrite the whole recipe, right? That's why I said when I fry chicken, I fry it with this. But when my mama fried it, she fried it with this, right? I didn't change the whole recipe. I didn't change everything I seen. I didn't change everything I learned, right? Sometimes I still want to get angry, dog, right? Sometimes I want to tell my kids shut up, and I do. I don't get twisted. I do. I think every parent do.
Facts.
It just has to. Sometimes you need to shut up. Sometimes I want to whoop my kids without asking, without thinking about it. But then I think about the things that I have to go through now, right? The trauma I have to go through, the therapy I have to go through. Do I want my kids going through this shit at the age of 33, right? So in those moments when something's going wrong, I take a deep breath, right? I breathe. I close my eyes real quick, and sometimes I'll go for a walk. I'll be like, hey, I just need to go for a walk, quick 45 minutes to an hour. I'll be right back. Sometimes I'm gonna go to the porch. You understand me? But I think I think it depends on the relationship. But I will speak on when it comes to my kids, right? I'm more of talking to them, more of trying to get them to understand the severity of what they're doing or what's going on, or how this can happen or what can happen if they don't do this or do that, right? You know, I told you to start running, dog. I'm not gonna keep getting mad at you because you're running. You're gonna be real mad at yourself when you skin the top of your head off on that counter. You're gonna be real mad. So it's like, you know, you kind of just gotta take. I personally I just take it
Cause
as it
when you
comes,
in
bro.
that situation, bro, it's like you can say it like this right now, but it's like literally when you in that situation, it'd be like, man, all that shit just go out the window.
It do,
But
and
you have to.
so I'll find myself about to yell, and I won't, and I'll be like, or my kids, you know, I'll be like, bro, bro, can you
Emotional
please
self
stop?
control.
Can you please stop? But don't get it twisted. This took years, like years. This took until I was in a position to where I had to kind of do everything on my own to gain the patience to be able to do that. And even then, it took a whole another 6 months, 7 months to even get to the point to where I can be like, I can see him doing something, and I know it's about to go bad, or he do something, I'm like, bro, you all right? All right. So what did you learn? Are you all right? You good? All right. What did you learn? What you learn not to do that? What
Yep.
you learn not to? I told you to stop throwing that apple in the F, that toy apple 10 times already today. Now look at you. Now look at your lip busted because you threw it and you couldn't catch it. You knew you couldn't catch. So, but in those moments, but I have somehow, some way, I have taught myself some kind of control. So I do find it a little easier to have a little control. But I would say to those that don't have control, you have to find that control. Learn how to. When you want to yell is when you shouldn't. Is when you shouldn't yell.
Become self aware. Cause you could feel when
Become
it's
very
about to
self
happen.
aware.
Becomes
You can
Yeah,
feel it.
become
I
self
know
aware
it.
and then read. Yeah.
As soon as my kids wake up, bro, I know eventually something gonna happen. Somebody gonna cry. Somebody gonna fall. They're gonna be playing.
Hmm.
No, how many times have you told your kid to stop running and they stop running? Go ahead. Everybody who listens, go ahead. Put in the comments. People, yeah, put in. I want to know because that one time shit don't work. So please, somebody find a parent that's told their kid one time and it worked. Go ahead, McLeod.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah. I want to know too.
I want to know.
I had to say that this morning, matter of fact.
I say it all day. Stop running,
And I'd
bro.
be like, you
Stop
know
running,
what?
bro.
Don't worry about it. Cause I be telling them, I be like, I'm just gonna say it one time. They do it again. All right, put y'all shoes on. We're going outside. Y'all want to run? Let's do it then.
Look, you want to? That's how I feel, bro. You want to run? Let me give you something to do. It's all right.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. I'm hard. Look, hard head make a soft ass, baby. You gonna let that big? It's gonna hurt, but you gonna learn.
Um,
You gonna learn, dog. All right, bet. So we gonna
Gonna
get
be
into the next.
a
So
smart soldier, a strong soldier.
look, I'm trying to tell you. All right, so the role of fathers in leadership. So I got this thing here. Let me see. Tell me if you can see this. It's moving slow, so it may take a little. Let's do. Oh, the other one close. Oh yeah, this one right here. This one right here. Yeah. Can you see this?
It's loading right now. Got the little three dots on
Yeah,
it.
it's moving slow. It's still loading.
I don't even see nothing.
If not, I'll just read it. Having technical difficulties, y'all.
Don't worry about it. One day we're gonna have a team that could do this for us.
Nah, it's just me. What about now?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, bet. So this right here, I was trying to make this shit bigger so I can read it. All right, so as y'all can see, this mama bought her daughter a graduation gift, right? So I'm not gonna really get on that. It says what is it? Oh, there's some typos in here. Okay, I had to read the rest of it. So I said, where did you go? I'm a dad. Okay, seemed like you didn't like the car. I didn't. I wasn't expecting to get a Benz. I was expecting to get a Benz or a BMW. I appreciate you, Mom, but it's just not my style. You drive a G-Wagon, so me driving a basic Honda is weird. You realize you just graduated high school, right? You have a roof over your goddamn head. You don't have no bills to pay, college paid for, and you have to rush to leave home. Your life is set. So to sit up here and tell me that you don't like a car I paid cash for is crazy. That's very ungrateful. Actually, you don't appreciate me. All right. I gotta have this little thing. You don't appreciate me. If you appreciated me, you would have drove the car, not stormed off with the attitude and leave. If you're not going to drive the car, I will sell it. I'm not going to kiss a child's ass. I'm 45. I work hard for my G-Wagon. You're a teenager, graduation. You're a teenager, supposed to say graduate. You didn't work hard for anything. How dare you? Hey, look. Let me tell you something. I would have smacked fire
Look,
for mine.
look, boy.
You black, you hear me? I ain't stop sharing this shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
go ahead. I want to hear your piece on this.
Yeah, the black would have been smacked for mine, bro. No cap. Like, we don't get down like that. I don't play that. Let me tell you something. I gotta put it back. If ever in my natural, like I see, I'm pretty black. I'm black. All right. If ever in my natural black life, what was that, a Honda Accord? The new ones, they gonna run you about 30 bands, right? About 30 bands. People are too entitled these days, right? McLeod, if my kid
I see where this going.
was to ever, in their natural light-skinned life, because my kids are light-skinned, tell me that what I bought them ain't good enough. Yeah, this is Ozil York. I'm calling a report. I slapped 5 from all 3 of mine. I know I'm going to jail. They going to trial. It's okay. They not great. They don't care anyway. They don't care anyway. Come get them. Cause you got me bent. You know how hard I work. You know how hard it is to get up and go to work daily. Like, do you know what I went through? You know what I remember? I remember driving in the street, and we were driving in the street, and my sperm doing to change the tire, and he was so high. The nigga, he didn't put the tire on right, and the goddamn tire, the car stopped, and the tire kept going. Swear to God, we in the car, and we just driving, and that bitch just, and the wheel just keep going. Swear to God. We station wagons, cars that don't walk. I remember driving on the highway and the car broke down. So for you to have a brand new car and to be so ungrateful after your graduation, it's just beyond me. People would just spoil you. This shit we see
Yeah, I was about to say they look like a brand new hunt.
Cloud, my first car I got from somebody. I'm gonna just say somebody else. It was a 95 Toyota Camry. I got that car in 2013, 14. Drove that bitch to the engine blew. You think I cared because it was a 99, a 95? These kids, people are too spoiled. Do you know what people went through back in the day? Do you know what we had to go through? Do you know what some of our parents had to go through? Some of our grandparents had to go through. The walking. We couldn't even ride. We couldn't even ride on the bus at one point in time. At one point, we couldn't even ride in the same part of the bus. We had to walk. You think these who you think was carrying hay back in the day? You thought slaves was getting into a G-Wagon back in the day when they was going between plantation and plantation? No, baby. They was on feet. They walked them 100 miles while the slave owners rode on a horse and a carriage. So to be that ungrateful, I wish my mom, I wish I would have got a brand new car after graduation. I don't give a fuck if it was a goddamn a Porsche, a goddamn what's that small little Ford, the Ford Fusion?
Yep.
I don't give a damn. A Ford Escort, a dune buggy, punch, but I don't care. If it had 3 wheels, I'll find the 4th one. I didn't pay for it. I have no money.
She said she paid cash, bro.
She probably came out 30 bands, bro.
You ain't got no car note, shawty. You ain't got no car note. Like,
no college. McLeod, this shit, let me pull up my phone, read it one more time. I just want to make sure I ain't tripping. This shit say, bro, it say, shorty you don't got to pay bills. You don't got to pay college. You don't have to rush to leave the house. Your life is set. You know, I was out of the house at the age of 16. Most people put their kids out of the house at the age of 18, shorty. My goal is to build a life like the one your parents gave you.
Facts.
So my kids don't have to rush to leave the house, so they can stay in the house till they 21, 22, until they credit is a 900, until they got 40,000 in their account, until they have a car they don't have to pay for, until they can leave my house and go buy a house and be comfortable. You sit here. Now, will you have to contribute? Of course, to some things, but you ain't got to pay rent. You ain't got to pay this mortgage here. Just go and chill. You go to work. You do what you got to do. I'll take care of the rest of it. So what? You 22? It's my job. The job. I don't stop being a parent at 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't stop
You
being
want
a
my
parent.
take on it?
You don't stop being a fucking child. You just don't stop being a fucking child, and it's rude and it's ridiculous. I wish. You know what I went through? My first bike came out the garbage can. I remember not having Christmases, not having nowhere, nothing to eat. So the audacity of these fucking kids to tell me you ain't got a G-Wagon. Girl, you got... Go ahead before I get...
Hey, to be honest, bro, first off, my first car was like when I was 16, I had got me a...
But, my bad.
Go ahead,
Guaranteed this not the first time. Guaranteed. To speak to your mama like that about something you
Yeah.
don't got.
Yeah.
And as you can see, she said you don't appreciate me. So this ain't the first time. Guarantee it. But go ahead. Eat my peanut.
Yeah, so the car that I had was an 03 Malibu, Chevy Malibu. That bitch had no AC. Hey, in Montgomery, Alabama, we riding around hot.
Summer too. Ooh.
Summer. Hey, look, but I was grateful, bro. I was grateful because at one point, bro, I had to wait. Like, before I even got the car, I had to wait till my parents got out of school. Because I went to school way on the west side, and I was living on the east side, man. I had to wait till they got off of work, and my folks was both working. From like, they didn't get off of work till about 4:30, 6 o'clock, bro. So I had to wait that long at school. I'm just outside, bro, waiting. Because I had no way to get home. You feel me? So then I started learning that I could catch a city line bus. So I caught the city line bus from the west side to the east side, bro. Had to go downtown, take the transition bus, go back to the east side. Like, bro, so to be able to have that car, well, I felt like I was, look, then I had the 212s in the back, you know what I'm saying? It was hot, but, still, I was grateful, bro. But only thing about this situation that I feel like was different, I feel like that parent, I don't really know the whole backstory about it, but I don't think that parent was putting anything towards that daughter to have her work towards it. So she doesn't appreciate it as much. You feel me?
She just expecting.
Exactly. So it's like she's seeing outside things. Oh, mom got that. I'm with dad and he has this. Man, ooh, I know I'm about to get something. But if she never really showed her the work, the labor, or putting money to the side, or even showing how to go about buying a car, then yeah, it's gonna come off like that, bro. And I'm like, But it's like that. It will come to the point where could it be the parents' fault because you showed them this type of lifestyle? You cater to. Yeah, but it's like you catered towards that, so it's like that response that you gave, like okay. But me, I probably would have not even responded. Yeah, I wouldn't even responded. You don't want it?
I would have sold the car.
You know how many kids would wish they had that?
Matter of fact, I would have gave it away to somebody to one of your homies.
Like, I wouldn't even have to, for me to have to sit there, type a whole paragraph to my daughter. You're crazy. I'm not about to sit there and do that. Cause like you said, you 45. Who? Receipts. I would just took it away. There shouldn't be no response. You feel like you grown. You really want this car? Show me.
I'm petty. Will Dirt say, "You petty bitch, I'm petty too." Let's get it. I'm gonna show you. Matter of fact, yeah, you lucky. Matter of fact, you lucky. I'm trying not to go get canceled, but
I honestly feel like it shouldn't have to take all that though. Like,
I think it's both.
Okay,
both they fault.
It could be both because we don't know the parents' lifestyle either, bro. And we don't know that
it don't matter the parents' lifestyle. It don't matter. You a child. If I want to eat steak, I'm gonna go out and take myself to eat steak while your ass eat ramen at home. And go cook. I get it. It's toddlers and stuff like that, right? But when you get a certain age, now you're right. The parent could have possibly taught them better habits as far as money habits. yada yada yada, stuff like that. So that way, when this comes up, it won't be the same. So they'll understand the value of money, the value of having their own thing, stuff like that. But at the same time, what do we put on what do we put on the child for them to once again learn things on their own? Yeah, we got to teach them, but also you should know that, okay, cool. My mama, common sense. She worked for this. That's why she got that. Common sense. Common sense. But at the end of the day, when you ask who's wrong, it's the daughter. It's the daughter, plain and simple, bro. You don't do that. You don't do that. Not when everything's been given to you. I've never disrespected Trish. Never.
Yeah.
That's my mama.
But I would have loved that new car, boy. Then it would have had AC in it. Shit.
Look, dog. Send me the car. I'll take it right now. Look.
But not like just because it's perspective too, bro. We seen it from just that angle of it could have been something way deeper into it. But it's like at the end of the day, we just seen, hey, it's a brand new car, and you don't look at it like you're not grateful for it. Yeah. So now it's like well, mom, I wanted the Benz. Yeah, it could have been a conversation where they did talk about where it was a Benz involved,
where it could have been. And then they decided it could have been leading up to the Benz, but it just didn't get the Benz.
Mm-hmm. So it's like expectation wise, it could have been that, but it's like, well, due to the price, shoot, I got a $30,000 vehicle paying cash instead of doing this, because now you also got to think about it. You a teenager. I forgot how old she was. Now you got to think about insurance. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if you're a teen driver, the insurance will be extremely high because of that age rate. So to protect you and make sure because I'm pretty sure more than likely the parent is not going to pay for everything. They're going to try to give you some type of responsibility, so that insurance was probably better for you, so you ain't got to pay out thousands of dollars on it. And then if something were to break down, exactly, if something were to break down, you know how much it costs for it to get replaced? You know what I'm saying? The maintenance is outrageous. So maybe my Deuce was just trying to look out for you, on you, because you're going to have to pay for that stuff as far as taking care of the car.
Yeah, but that's an adult looking at it in an adult way. You're not a child.
Yeah, in that moment, the child.
As a child. So
that's why I said it's a lot of factors.
Yeah. I'm with the mama, me personally. I'm with the mama.
I would have took that. Look.
I would have
so for the daughter that's out there, if she do come across our video, just look into it in that type of aspect. Like maybe it's just your mama was looking out for the maintenance, because you're going to have to keep up with this car. You're going to have to put the gas in it. You're going to have to put the insurance. So she probably was looking out for your pockets, because she's like, well, I bought the car cash. I ain't got to do nothing for it. This is your responsibility now. So instead of like going deep and disrespecting my dudes, maybe she was just looking out for you, and be grateful, because you never know, man. Your homies probably will have loved to do that, get that car. So if I was you, apologize to mama and be grateful.
Man, on my soul, bro. Just go ahead and get that car and move on, bro. But I mean, that's just what it is. Hey, my daughter asked me if I can make tissue dance.
If you can make, your daughter asked you if you can make tissue dance?
Yeah, dog.
That's crazy.
I told her,
like blowing your nose?
Yeah, I told her you put a little boogie in it. Yeah, I was about to get that was. Y'all think McLeod done left us. He ain't like my little ducky joke.
Why are you like this?
I don't know. That was a good one right there. That one
Why you like this, bro?
That one led you on right there.
It did. I definitely thought you were talking about your daughter for a second.
It did. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, he got me, y'all. He got me.
I don't fucking know, dog. These fucking kids, bro. These kids. All right, bet. So, when was the last time you checked on another man for real? Like no agenda. You call somebody and actually and just checked on them, bro.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I did it. I didn't call. This don't say call, do it. Check. I did it like. Was it Wednesday? It wasn't you. It was somebody else. I talked to your ass throughout the week, so I know you be alive. I really do. I know. Eventually, we gonna talk at least probably 2 or 3 times out the week. Somehow, we may not respond to each other, But you seen that goddamn post I sent you. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah, well, we won't text each other. We definitely send them audio notes.
Yeah. I would say probably about Tuesday. This dude I used to work with at a school, I just hit him up, bro. You good? You know, just think about you. You know, no homo. Whatever. And just that, bro. You don't got to read too much into it. It can be
facts.
so simple as just saying, "Hey, bro, you good? You all right? Just want to make sure you all right, dog. You know, you ate today, nigga. All right, well, you maybe want to go eating. You know, yeah, I get it. You know, yeah, I ain't got no money for you, but I got some advice. You should go eat. You know, stuff like that, bro. And I think it can really be that simple, right? And I think I had somebody ask me that shit one day. They changed my whole day just because they asked me how I was doing. I was like, damn.
Something so simple.
Ain't nobody asked me that all day. It's been a long day.
Life could be life, and boy, and just that one time, cause you get so lost in it, bro. You be here, and you be like, damn, am I okay?
Nope, I'm not.
like I'm just going through the motion at this point. Like, damn, and I don't even notice it. And all it takes is that 15 seconds could cost us our whole life, bro. We got to get our mental,
bro. It really could. Do you think if more men had like a safe place to talk or a safe person to talk, you think they would do it, or would that actually change people's lives, or you think we would still go about?
You said safe, like a safe
space,
like,
yeah, safe space. You know, somebody to talk to, a place where you can go to, you know, somebody where you can just feel somebody or around something that you can just feel whole. Because I found a lot of solace in praying to myself or praying or talking to myself in the bathroom. Me personally, just going through. It's just all right, cool. All right, dog. Well, you know, talking about, you know, hyping myself up. Don't be a bitch. You know, all right, well, you got to get this and done today. Or, believe it or not, some of them videos you see, I'll be in the bathroom just practicing that shit. You feel me? Not exactly that, but kind of how I'm going to say it or how I'm going to do the video. Like the one I just posted in the kitchen. I looked at the facts, read them, stuff like that. But just to say, I would say a safe space. You know, I find that, you know, me personally, I find maybe just being in the car, bro, my little safe space. Nobody in there, just me chilling, vibing, and we can just talk to myself or whatever the case is. But yeah, but you feel like
I feel like it depends on your day to day for real, because sometimes you just may not have time to go to that safe space. And it depends who you are for real, bro. Cause every person is different. So like for me, like I would say my safe space or where I get a lot of stress off is usually like boxing gym or just going to the gym lifting weights. That creates a peace for myself. That like everything I'm going through, we finna die today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm in there and I'm like, this 45 finna be on my neck. Like I talk to myself crazy when I'm in the gym, bro. Like, you a little bitch, you can't push it. Like you don't want to work out with me. Look, so I really like. So that'd be like my space to really like feel more like a man, bro. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's like that's where I really like. And then when I slam the weights and I see, you know what I'm saying, like it feel different, bro. So it's like feel a certain type of. I don't know how to explain it.
That's your safe space. That's what I mean, bro.
I
don't have to understand your safe space. I don't have to understand what you do in order to keep McLeod together, right? That wasn't put into God. Didn't put that into me. Whatever you believe in, didn't put that into me, right? So it's not my job to understand what it takes. You feel me? For you to be whole, but it is my job to support you, as long as you ain't doing nothing stupid. It is my job to be like, all right, cool. Hey, look, bitch, that's what you do.
Because I also have like one of my fraternity brothers, like his safe space is not like gym like me. His safe space is going to the range.
Where?
You feel me? He feel like I could release all this off of five. Like, you feel me? He feel like that's his safe space. my other boy, his safe space is just fishing. He like to be
Yep.
out in
Go
the
out there.
water. Like fishing is his thing. So you have to find what really fits, like just you, your personality. Like me growing up, I always was in the gym. I always was like walking or running or doing something. So it's like that created a certain space for me. So like for you, if you're a country boy and you want to be out there and you wrangling cows or something, that's just like
Whatever. Yeah.
what suits you.
But
But
that's
it
what.
has to be something in the
Go
more
ahead.
positive realm of it. You can't push yourself into a negative position where, oh, I think myself my safe space is because I like to have sex a lot. I'm gonna go be a nympho and go do this over here. No, bro.
Yeah. Nah.
No,
Nah.
that
I
can't be
mean,
your
you could
safe
be.
space.
I mean, well, porn can be your safe space. You know.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, but it's doing that is creating bad habits as well, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you
you
want to
got to
create
take the
good
good with the
habits.
bad. You can't everything not gonna have the
It's
good
not
effect.
reality. Yeah, it's
It's
not.
not. It's not. If you go to therapy, you got to deal with the trauma.
Yeah, you have to.
If
You
you
have to
if
face it.
if you want to travel, you have to deal with traffic. If you want to fly in a plane, you have to buy a ticket. You have to deal with the TSA line.
Yep. Got to
So
deal with the
it's not
heights.
now. You have to deal with the heights. Now that doesn't mean that your safe space need to be something crazy. Let's be but I can't tell you what that is. You feel me? And that's what I mean about that. I can't tell nobody
Yeah.
what their safe space is. Is your safe space? You feel me? So who am I to tell you that you going to the do whatever is not just not it may not be the correct safe space or a healthy safe space, but we just need you in a safe space so we can worry about getting you into a healthy one in a little bit. Let's get you started.
Yeah. So we could cut these numbers of this suicide down.
So
That's
we
the
can
whole
cut it
purpose
down
of it,
because
bro.
we got to talk. The only way you can do it is talk about it because it's not going to work. It's not going to work if I think I think if we had this or more men were willing to become more conscious of their mental health, this would probably change a lot of lives, dog. You won't see some of this stuff. You'll see better. You'll see more men not being so balled up with masculinity, dog. You see me?
And
I was telling my therapist.
maybe
I was telling my therapist that I don't really deal with men, and he was like, "Yeah, I hear a lot of that with masculinity." I was like, "Hey, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. In my mind, there's not another man that outranks me, right? When it comes to my household, right? So there's not another man that pays my bills and the other shit. So therefore, I don't give a fuck about no masculinity. You think I care? No, you think I care because you make more money than me? No. You think I care because you live in a better life than me? No. You think you shouldn't care if it was vice versa. You think I care? You think I care because you're bigger? No, I don't give a fuck. I'm a man and I do what I'm supposed to do, but my manly duties. So masculinity, that shit don't bother me. I don't feel a sense of empower. I don't feel less and I don't feel less empowered when I'm around the CEO. I just know he's a CEO. What
yeah.
I could be way better, way smarter than him. But if I'm so timid because he's in this position of power, then what? You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I've been
we
around
have to
high
get out of
people,
this.
bro, and they just like they just people, bro. I've been around the mayor and stuff. Like they just people. You know what I'm
Just
saying? Like
people.
at the end of the day, you just gotta know how to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to communicate effectively and just know how to stop trying to fit in, bro. Be yourself. Just talk because the more you try to fake this, fake that, you're gonna constantly keep having to show up like that. Be yourself. If you talk that way, talk that me, it's hard for me to like get away from my I guess ghetto, however you want to call it.
The
Talk.
slang.
I
Yeah.
yeah, my slang, bro. That's just me. If you
I
don't
know
like it,
when and
I
where.
honestly
I
I
know
I
when and
mean
where.
me
But
not really. I mean I do know when and where, but it's like who the fuck is you to tell me how to talk? Like I'm not gonna be cussing at you, of course, but if I want to say all right,
yeah,
I can
I
say
feel
all
what you
right. You
mean.
know,
Yeah.
it's like that's just me, bro. I'm not about to pronounce the whole word like just because I feel uncomfortable. So sometimes like you got to read the room with certain things, and not everything, not every room or every door is open. You got to take it. But when opportunity does come up, you have to be
All
prepared for
money
that.
ain't good money, baby.
Exactly. And I'm
All money
noticing that
ain't
right
good
now in
money.
real estate.
Look, I'm telling
Like,
you, all money ain't good money. Look, I turn down money. I turn down jobs, bro. And I get it, and I don't like, whatever. But I turn down jobs because the money just, nah, that's not enough money for what you asking me to do. Or you giving me too much money, but it's not I don't really, or whatever. I'd rather not do it. Now, if somebody give me too much money, it's a little different. I'm gonna take the money. I'll figure it out on the way. But if you're not finna lowball me or whatever the case is, bro, you just
yeah,
gotta.
can
But
you see
I
the
do think,
value?
yeah, you gotta see the value, bro. But I do think we gotta find that space. I think we have to be more open to finding that space and not feeling so vulnerable or weak because we're down or we're sad. Me personally, I don't care. I feel great. After I talk to my therapist, I'm all right, I'm good. I'm not great, but I'm good. I have good days and I have bad days. But when I go into that safe space of playing a game or making a video, believe it or not, making videos is a safe space for me. Is I have many. Don't get it twisted, bro. I have many ways I can go in safe space and talk to myself or calm down or whatever the case is. You feel me? So, but that's just me, bro. It's just
Do
the
do
way
you
I
feel
do it.
like it is it the because you saying you in therapy? Like I know I went to therapy like a while ago. I haven't been since, but do you feel like in therapy, um, is it you getting stuff off of your chest that's a relief for you, or is it them responding to what you're getting off your chest, helping you?
It's
Like just so for our people
both.
to
I
know.
would say both. So I like questions. So if I tell you something, hit me with a question that's gonna make me think about it, or hit me with some shit that's gonna make me like ponder. Like I think I've been so the question my therapist asked me was when I went oh if I forgive myself for my failures, would that change how I interact with my kids or whatever the case is? I like stuff like that. It's gonna make me think about it because I've been thinking about that for the last goddamn month, and I still don't have a full answer for that
Yeah,
question.
that's yeah.
You feel me? So when I go to therapy, I expect to get not only an answer for kind of but a challenge to kind of help me understand what I'm going through. Because you can tell me, I can tell you, hey, yeah, I'm having a bad day because of my Sprite from McDonald's wasn't Sprite. It was just carbonated water. And you could tell me, well, go get another Sprite.
Yeah.
Or you could tell me, well, yeah, that wasn't carbonated water, it wasn't Sprite or whatever. But did you really need the Sprite? Was
Yeah.
this if you okay, cool, well, you're mad at McDonald's. If you forgive McDonald's for 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 not giving you the Sprite, do you get a Sprite?
Mm.
You goddamn
So
right.
the
You
type of
know you know
questions.
what? So why are you even mad at McDonald's?
Yeah.
You know
It has you basically opening your mind more to it because it's now
open
like
my there you go. Let me
yeah,
flow. Let me
because you
get
like
into
you're
it.
not going through that day to day anymore. You going like your day to day thinking, you thinking outside the box now because of that different question.
I'm thinking
Now
about
it's
something
having you dig deep
totally
into your
different.
past.
So now I want to figure out why I'm like this, or what's going on, or why. Or now when
Mm-hmm.
I go back to therapy, it's gonna make me ask more questions. You feel me? But
Yeah. Or they
that's what I like to get. Everybody's different, but for me, it's me telling you what's going on, and not for only for you to don't just give me the answer. Make me go search for the answer, or make me find the answer, or give me something that's going to challenge me. And
yeah.
sometimes you get stuff that challenge you. Some of your therapy unknowingly. It's just a question they ask, and it's just like,
Yeah, cause
damn,
now
I don't
they
really
they
know.
they be like, wow, they be like, well, why do you feel like you get triggered from this?
Hmm.
You
Why
know,
do you feel like you
and they're
get
like,
triggered from this? Or okay, well okay. So controlled chaos in life. Do you think it's better to have controlled chaos or it's better to have a strict schedule?
a strict schedule keeps you disciplined, but
Hmm.
so does control chaos too, because it's
Hmm.
controlled.
So can we have both, or we only have to have one?
I think we can have both.
You think we can have both? So do you feel like we focus on one more than the other?
Definitely. What? Nah. No, because if you have the schedule, you going about the schedule, and within that schedule, that control chaos could come about through that schedule. Whether it's an assignment being missed or something you don't understand within during that schedule, so now you panicking on that. So, but it's controlled. Or you know what I'm saying? Or those moments, like say for example, in the morning time with your kids, you get up, they know the routine, but some kind of way, somebody want to go and slap somebody.
Mm-hmm. Control chaos.
You, yeah, control chaos. But you already have that structured schedule throughout the day. They know when they wake up, they go brush your teeth, you know what I'm saying? Breakfast, all this stuff. But then out of the blue, somebody go slap somebody. They come in running. Why the hell you slapping somebody? But it could be controlled. Cause now
Now,
they
does
just
that
man,
okay? So does that slap throw off the outcome?
the outcome of what? Cause they still gonna go eat breakfast.
Yeah, but does it? But does it? My camera, my what you call it, died, but it'd be all right. But does it? So it does nothing, right? It just kind of adds another obstacle that you have to defeat in that moment, correct?
That
Mm.
shows how to communicate within that moment. I feel like honestly.
You see how I just did that right there? See how we just went through that whole little spiel right there back and forth, and I didn't necessarily give you an answer to your question. I more so gave you a scenario, and I gave you more questions to think about, more things to think about. You see how you went into it, and you went to breaking it down. That's what I expect out of therapy. That
I like
question
how
that
you
I just
did that.
asked you was the same question that I got from my therapist. That's what he asked my therapist. I feel, and he was like, think about it like this: some things have to be strict, right? But some things can have controlled chaos. Some things got to have both.
hmm
When you have homework, you have to be strict about that deadline, right? But within that deadline, you can have a little controlled chaos because maybe you don't need to read chapter one through five before you do your first page, right? Maybe you need to read
Yeah.
chapter 7 through 12. So you're skipping and you're going all over the place, right? But when you have that in life, and control, man, when you're able to control the chaos that's going around you in your world somehow, some way, it's it it benefits, and it's so much of a benefactor because it just allows betterment for your life and for everything that's going on, dog. So but yeah, that's my spill on that. Did it freeze again?
Yeah, you've been choppy for the past 5 minutes.
I ain't worried about it. We're gonna drop a mean
Yeah, we
ass
we got our
what you
audio.
call it. Yeah, I ain't worried about it. All right, bet. Did it come there? It's gonna come back on. Come on. I'm about to get a new computer or some shit. You still see me?
No.
Oh, there you go. All right, bet. Last segment. Where is my power question? I didn't put one on here. Well, I think we already answered it. It'd be all right. We about to get out this bitch in a little bit anyway. All right, bet. So one last question before we get off here. Oh shit.
And are you okay? And are you okay? Are you okay?
You hear me?
And you
You hear me?
baby. Yep. Yeah.
All right, bet. So last question, right? So how do you go about starting a conversation about mental health with another man? How would you approach that?
Do I
If somebody
do
was
I
to come
know the
up to you,
person, or it's
how
just a
would you?
random person?
Let's say we're speaking on just being motivational. So at this point in time, nah, bro, you just in Walmart and shit. I guess you could probably see it in somebody's eyes that they know that they need to be. I don't know. That's a good one, bro. I would say I get why you asked that because it kind of does depend on if you know that person or not. Uh, um, I would personally say if I don't know that person, I could see or they come talk to me and I could tell probably to have that conversation. I would just talk to them. We ain't got to make it about mental health. We don't have to pronounce mental health. We don't have to put that, we don't have to put a label on it. But if I see you going through it, or if I see that you probably need somebody to talk to, why not talk to you? Let's have a conversation. Hey man, hey, I see you going through it, or I see, you got this look on your face. You want to talk? Need to have a conversation. You need somebody to talk to. Need somebody to chop it up with. Now if it's my homeboy, hey bitch, you all right, bitch? Look a little fucking sad, bitch. You all right? You need to talk to somebody there? Need some weed or something? What you need? You know, and kind of go about it from there. But I think it depends on the person though. But that's personally how I would do it. I would just probably, if I'm already talking to him, I would just, talk to him, bro.
Me personally, uh, if it's a random, bro, honestly, I'm gonna just tell you off my experience, bro. I literally broke down one day in the middle of the gym. People be in their own world, bro. So honestly, the thought of having somebody that came up to me, that probably would have made me feel better, but no, I'm not probably. People got their own things to deal with, so they be in their own circle, bro. And I'm noticing a lot, bro. Like, I don't know if that's normal. Like, so just going up to a random person just because you, and it's perspective based too. Because sometimes
Yep.
people just have that bitch look. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They
rest in
have
peace
that
face
type
and all
of
that
face,
shit.
and yeah, and nothing be wrong with it. It's just that's just how they look, and they just be like, yeah, man, I'm good. But like, everyone has financial situations, so that financial strain will help. So instead of going to ask somebody something and talk to them, sometimes I feel like I said before, sometimes a little gesture of paying for somebody groceries, buying somebody food, that creates a sense of relief. You know what I'm saying, for them? Because like I said before, you never know what they going through. So sometimes words don't necessarily be the answer to fucking everything, bro. Sometimes those certain actions, those little baby steps of paying for something helps them. Cause that little money, that little $400 that they probably was about to spend on that groceries, they had to choose between
Well, grocery or
this
light
or
bill.
that sometimes. You feel me? So for you to just come around, just man, hey, look, I understand, I got it. Nothing in return. That's all that matters. I could care less if somebody, hey, yo, man, look like something wrong with you. Can I speak some words? Nigga, I'm broke.
Can't no words
Like,
that nigga.
exactly.
Oh,
But if
man.
it's like the homie or something, you could feel more of that energy a little bit more better. Cause now you got that heart to heart connection with them. You got that. Hey, you let me in for real, bro. I know what's up. I could give you my point of view from this, my experience, because I'm married. Like, you could approach the situation differently, but just around them, I feel like with randoms is more of the action which you could provide, and most of us in the world are having the financial strain with gas, with food, so being able to just help in that type of way, or even I'm noticing other things, bro. We don't do the well, I do it if I see it, the kind gestures with older people.
We
It's like
mean
we completely forgot about older people, man.
like
They
opening doors
when they
or
be
something,
needing
or they need
opening
help
doors.
with. Oh nah, I do that.
Exact. Opening doors, or even help needing help picking up something to put in their car.
Yeah, come on. I see, if I see you, you pushing it. You trying to grab water, a case of 40 count water. Nah, I got that. I'll put it in your cart. Now I don't know how you gonna get it from your cart to your car once you check out. But while we
Yeah.
in the store, I got you. If I'm outside and I see it, I'm gonna help. But shit,
But
really
that
in my
goes back
hands
to what
every
I was
day.
saying. Exactly. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's still an action. Just going through somebody and just talking motivational for them. Like, bro, shut up. Like,
It's
reality, bro. Ain't
yeah.
nobody going out and just, hey,
Yeah.
man, like, even when somebody be like, hey, bro, can I pray for you? Like, unless you in that certain setting to get prayed for, nobody is just open to that, bro. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
already know you like that. Yeah, I don't know I don't know what you believes in, what you believe for, all the other stuff. So yeah, so it's kind of weird. And like you said, it is perspective, bro. It depends on the person, who they are, and kind of how you go about it. Everybody's different, bro. But I think we can go about do it more. What's the harm in just starting a conversation with somebody? And I don't think they're speaking on like random people. In my personal opinion, they could be. I don't fucking know, but you know.
it,
But in that,
and I guess it depends who you talking to as well, because
yeah, fact.
I know if I'm talking to somebody, say it's a female, my wife would say that I come off and talk flirtatious, and I don't even be trying to, like, I just be,
Can't help
so
it. It's
it's
just me.
just perspective based. You feel me?
It is. It is. Hey, it's crazy. I told my kids I was gonna make a belt out of watches. They asked me why.
You told all your kids
I told them
that?
because it was a waste. I told them because it was a waste of time.
Ah, a waste of. I ain't get it for a second, but you caught me.
You get a waste of time. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna get up out of here on that last dirt right there. All
I
right,
like
cool.
that
So if
one.
this
I like.
conversation meant something to you, like, follow, and share this with another man, dad, father, whoever, who may need to hear this. You never know who's silently dealing with something heavier than they show. Sometimes the strongest things a man can do is speak. For everyone out there, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Like I said at the beginning, 80% of suicides are committed by men. Most of them have mental health issues, dog. So don't be afraid to speak out, seek help, or whatever the case is. Find your safe space, get in that space, and don't let anybody ever bring you out that space when you get in that space. All right. Men's
It's
mental
real.
health isn't a weak conversation, it's a life conversation. Strength is not silence, strength is awareness, honesty, and the willingness to get better. We appreciate y'all guys for chopping up with us. It's your guy York. We got my guy McLeod over there once again doing this half-ass Millie Rock. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one. Deuces.